So you're thinking about moving to Three Forks, Montana. Maybe you're exploring anywhere from Bozeman to Three Forks, or you're just curious about the different areas and neighborhoods in and around the Three Forks area. Maybe you're also thinking about buying some land or looking at those different spots around Three Forks as well. There are several different areas and neighborhoods and pockets all around Three Forks, though it definitely is a small town. In this video, I'm going to break down each area, look at some different properties, and then we'll drive around as well so you can get a really good feel of what each area is really like, in order to help you find out what's going to be best for you and help you have just a greater understanding. So let's get right to it. My name is Hallie with Life in Bozeman, Montana, a channel all about living in and around and near Bozeman and all over Southwest Montana, from Three Forks to Ennis to Big Sky to Livingston. So let's talk a little bit more about Three Forks, the town. It's a small town right here in Southwest Montana with about 2,000 residents and a rich farming community. Surrounded by beautiful rolling hills and Wheat Montana farms just up the road and a charming little downtown, as you can see behind me here, Three Forks really has so much to offer. Three Forks actually gets its name from its location because it's very near the spot where the Gallatin, Jefferson, and Madison rivers converge to create the Missouri River at the Missouri Headwaters State Park. And the Lewis and Clark expedition actually visited that same site back in the summer of 1805. Three Forks doesn't tend to get quite as much snow as some of the other areas here in Southwest Montana that are closer to the mountains, being that Three Forks is a little bit out there further and into the, this hillier, more grasslands type area, but you're still definitely going to experience winter. There's definitely been a lot of new development happening in the Three Forks area as well, but not your typical in-town, close homes or apartment buildings. A lot of the new development that's taken place in Three Forks has been on, larger plots of land, bigger developments with, 1 to 5 acre lots on average. There are a few other small communities around Three Forks as well. Willow Creek to the south, and then of course Logan just down the road here. And then to the north a little bit, there's Clarkston and the neighborhood of Ponderosa Pines, which has even larger plots of land, many of them 20 acres or more, but a lot of that one is also off-grid. And of course, with the river nearby, you've got spectacular opportunity to get in some really amazing fly fishing as well. There are 3 public schools in Three Forks, an elementary school, a middle school, and a high school, all of which are fairly highly rated according to websites like niche.com. But you certainly are not going to find a lot of shopping or any big stores. There's a lot of great local shops and some really incredible dining right here in town, and some amazingly friendly folks. For that dining, you'll find options like the Iron Horse Cafe and Pie Shop behind me here, all the way up to fine dining over at Pompey's Grill, which is at the historical Sacagawea Hotel. And the newest location of Bridger Brewing is right in Three Forks with some amazing beer and great food. And the proximity to Bozeman absolutely helps as well. You're about 20 minutes down the interstate to Belgrade, Montana, where the Bozeman Yellowstone International Airport is located, and then another 10 minutes down the highway and you'll be in Bozeman, a town of more than 50,000 with a lot more dining, tons more resources, Montana State University, the Museum of the Rockies, and both small local shops as well as businesses like Target and Costco. Three Forks has some really wonderful historical sites, including that Missouri Headwaters State Park, and the outdoor activities are plentiful. Now you're a little bit further away from the ski areas of Bridger Bowl and Big Sky, further away than say Bozeman or Belgrade are, but there's no end to the outdoor adventure opportunities here in Three Forks as well. The mountain biking, camping, fishing, and hiking are all around. There's also a rodeo grounds right here in Three Forks, and then every summer, the Rockin' the Rivers Music Festival takes place just outside of town. The topography here is varied, but you'll see a lot of rolling hills, wide open spaces, and farmland. So let's dive in and take a look at some of those neighborhoods and homes. Now, before we do, as I said, my name is Hallie. I'm a born and raised Bozemanite, helping people to move, relocate, and simply find their place here in and around Bozeman, Montana, and all over Southwest Montana. Bozeman, Big Sky, Livingston, Three Forks, Ennis, and everywhere in between. My email and phone number are right here, or you can click the link in the description to learn a little bit more and get in touch that way. And either way, we can set up a one-on-one call so I can help you find the right place for you. I don't want you to end up in the wrong spot. So write that information down and feel free free to reach out. And if you haven't yet subscribed, I've got a new video every single week. So if you want the best videos all about life in Bozeman and the surrounding areas here in Southwest Montana, subscribe. Three Forks has a few distinct areas. Of course, we've got right here all around town. There's the newer developments right up here to the north of town and then just to the south off of 287. And then of course there's some that are further south here down by Willow Creek and then northeast of Three Forks up here all throughout the area near Clarkston and Ponderosa Pines. In the greater Three Forks area, there are currently 21 active residential listings with a median list price of right around $699,000. Now, if we start right in town here, there are several lovely areas near schools and downtown. Right in here, plenty of lovely homes, some of them historic, and neighborhoods throughout the town. One worth highlighting, of course, is Fairway Vista, which is right here on the north corner of town, right along the Headwaters Public Golf Course here, and very close to the Three Forks schools as well. And then there's the various different additions all over town. It is an older historic town, so a lot of the homes right here inside of town or right in those city limits are going to be a little bit older, though there are some newer homes being built on the outskirts. There are currently 2 active listings in and around Three Forks around those city limits with a median list price of $504,000, and those have been on the market for just about 2 weeks. So let's take a look at one of those listings. We're going to take a look at this one here, currently listed at $419,000. It's right on the edge of town. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath with 1,440 square feet that was built in 2014. I apologize, the photos here may not be doing the home justice, but you get the idea. This one's going to be right on the edge of town here, on less than 1/4 of an acre, so smaller lot for this one, but very close to downtown, very close to everything that Three Forks has to offer there. So let's go drive around the whole town area, some of the neighborhoods right around town, so you can get a feel for those, and then we'll check out the next area. All right, now if we move over to the west just a little bit here off of Highway 287, right in this area along here, you can see all these newer roads. You can't see a whole lot on this satellite imagery yet, except for right down here in this lower portion. There's a lot of wonderful newer developments here. We've got Rolling Glen Ranch, the Village at Elk Ridge, and Wheatland Meadows all right here to the north on Highway 287. If we move down here to the south a little bit, we can see a few newer neighborhoods here as well. We've got Grandview Estates as well as Jefferson Ridge. And all of these, as you can see, the homes are pretty spread out. They're going to be on more land. Currently, there are 11 active residential listings in this area with a median list price of $670,000. There are also 47 active available lots to build on from 1 acre to nearly 200. And the median list price for those lots is about $157,000. So let's take a look at a couple of the listings here and then we'll go drive around there as well. So up in this area, a few of the beautiful listings here. Let's take a look at a lower priced one and then one that's a little bit higher priced. So this one is listed at $519,000. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath built in 2017. That is 1,450 square feet. So as you can see, a larger lot. Look at all that amazing space right here, just outside of Three Forks. So let's take a look at one more a little bit further up here, price-wise, and a little bit further to the north. Now this one is currently listed at $1.1 million. It is a 4-bed, 4-bath. It is 5,324 square feet and was built in 2018. Now this one sits on 5 acres, so you can see even more space up in this northernmost part of these developments here. Spectacular spectacular views out there, wide open spaces. Definitely one of my favorite things about some of these homes in this particular area of Three Forks. Here we can see a little bit more of that outdoor space, a little bit of wintertime shot there. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful there. So let's go drive around this whole area a little bit more, around some of these neighborhoods, give you a better feel for that. And then we will talk a little bit more about those off-grid properties up in Ponderosa Pines. All right, moving over here a little bit to the east, closer to the river here, we find ourselves up in the Clarkston and Ponderosa Pines area. Now, this is a pretty good long drive from Three Forks. It's not as close as it seems, and a lot of the roads are going to be winding roads, and if they're not winding, they're winding and they're dirt roads. It's a unique place that has some different areas as well. Of course, we've got Clarkston right here off of the river, and then there's some flat areas here, and then you get up into the hills and further back here where the properties are entirely off-grid and only accessible via those winding dirt roads. There are currently 4 active listings in Ponderosa Pines and Clarkston with a median list price of $474,500. But these are on an average lot size of over 10 acres. There's also quite a bit of land available for purchase in Ponderosa Pines. There are 19 available lots, everywhere from 8 acres up to 40, with a median list price of $95,000. Now, if you are curious about buying land there or anywhere around Montana, of course, I do have a whole video detailing all of the things that you want to know about buying land in Montana, so be sure to check that one out. Now let's take a look at a listing here in the Ponderosa Pines and Clarkston area. So if we take a look here, this is closer down in, the Clarkston or Ponderosa Pines area. This one is likely has electricity, is on grid. This one is about 10 acres, listed at $665,000. It's a 3-bed, 3-bath home, 2,675 square foot, that was built in 1995. As you can see, it's a little bit unique, really beautiful home though, perched there with some wonderful views all around as well. Looking here at the outdoor space, you can see, it's a little bit more of a homestead style property. You can see those dirt roads there, and it's right off of the road, a little ways back. You've got some neighbors, but they're much further away. So if that's the type of thing you're looking for, this is a great potential opportunity. Now, some of these other properties that we're seeing popping up here are lots or land. So let's take a look at one of those. This is $140,000 for nearly 20 acres. As you can see here, pretty tight trees and dense forest there in parts of it, but this is going to be off-grid. So yes, you're going to get 20 acres for $140,000, but the access to it is going to be challenging, especially in winter time, and it's definitely going to be something you'll want to think about as far as getting electricity, water, that sort of thing. So let's go drive around Ponderosa Pines a little bit so you can get a better feel for both the Clarkston area, and then driving up towards some of those spots in the hills as well. And then we will talk about the last area, which is south of Three Forks towards Willow Creek. If we go south of Three Forks now towards Willow Creek, this is a lovely little area. It's kind of secluded. It's a small town or small community. There's some new areas in construction with one neighborhood called Highlander Park. Otherwise, very small community along the highway, often considered a part of Three Forks. You can see it's also right off of the river, a wonderful spot for fishing as well. So there are currently 2 active listings in the Willow Creek area with a median price of $934,700 on a minimum of 2 acres. So taking a look at least one of the listings here right in the Willow Creek area, these homes are still going to have pretty easy access to the Three Forks area just up the highway there. This one is currently listed at $899,000. It's a 4-bed, 3.5 bath. 2,416 square foot home that was built in 2019, and it sits on just over 4 acres. One thing I always love to show people with this type of home, as usual, is that outdoor space and the views. A lot of people are looking for that wide open spaces, the mountain views, and everything that Montana offers in that way. So a truly lovely home here with a great setting. So with that, let's take a look at a little bit more of the Willow Creek area. And with that, that wraps up the area of Three Forks as a whole. If you have any questions or there's anything I missed, please feel free to leave those in the comments below. I'd be honored to help. And I've got plenty of other videos all about areas all around Bozeman, Montana, the surrounding areas all over Southwest Montana here. So if you're curious to learn more, be sure to check those out as well. And if you want to watch more right now, this is a playlist loaded with all of the best videos all about living in Three Forks, Montana. And until next time, I hope to show you around town.